Late night thoughts. Whew. It's funny how you start pushing 40, turn 40, get into the 40s, and you really start to think about life. I guess that's why they call it a midlife crisis, more or less. Because I feel like 40 is that age where you're really able to sit back and really question yourself and also give yourself some real answers. Up until around 40, you are questioning, you're questioning. What am I doing? Am I doing it right? Am I on the right path? But really, once you really get good into them 40s, you're not really able to answer the questions. I hate how society really pushes youth. And I know if you were on the internet a lot, you see it how society pushes youth. This is nothing new, right? What I'm seeing lately, of course, is that collective response of society pushes youth because the patriarchy pushes pedophilia, right? That's the whole focus. They want everything as young as possible. You know why? Because it's just something about that vibrant energy that they like to harvest, right? This goes beyond having a younger body, fertility years, being more attractive, being more formidable. It's that energy. They want more of that pure energy, right? That's all it comes down to. Energy harvesters, right? But you really get to this good, tender, ripe age, 40, 41, 42, and that's when you really are able to start answering those questions for yourself, right? And some answers you won't have, because right now I'm really just still wondering why. What has been the purpose of all of this? What has been the purpose of everything that has happened in my life? Why has my life happened the way that it's happened? It's not all just because of the choices I've made. What has been the reason? How did I end up a single mother? How did I end up going down that path? How did I end up having such a warped and horrible perspective of men? I know too much now. I've learned I don't hate men. I hate men as a system. The patriarchy has really fucked men up. I used to always, it's a question that used to always bog me was, is a immature, reckless woman more dangerous, or is an immature, reckless man more dangerous? And I used to say women because we have an energy about us. We have a way that we can move and maneuver some shit, right? But we're a little bit more smart in the way we move, right? We're less likely to get caught on some shit. But a man, that testosterone, when it becomes reckless and immature, death is what you're likely looking at. Men are likely more to kill than a woman is. So I risk the men that are more dangerous. Men as a system has been the downfall of humanity. I really have just been questioning, how did I get here? Why did I take this path? How did I take this path? And at this beautiful age of 41, almost 42, I've, of course, deconstructed and denounced religion. That's a whole bunch of bullshit. It's all about control, following rules made by men, rules made by humans, right? So religion ain't it, right? The whole construct of the way they tell us to live our lives is a whole bunch of bullshit. It really is. Just think about it. They literally have our lives set up the way we're supposed to do it. You're supposed to get through school. You're supposed to get through grade school, get that diploma, go to college, collect all of this debt to get a college degree, which in 2026 is really of no use, right? After college, secure a good job, right? The American dream, secure a good job. For the men, find a wife to have your babies, create a home for you, right? All around you, right? For the women, make sure you get picked by a man, because you're not valuable unless you have a husband attached to you. You're not valuable unless a man is in the picture, right? Work 30, 40 years and then retire. No, No, I really have been deep in my thought lately of why? Why? What has been the reason? Now, what I have found is me. I have found myself, right? Spirituality, right? There definitely is something outside of us. There definitely is a higher power. And that higher power is nothing I need to praise, bow down to, revere. It's me. It's my own spirit. Learning that definitely was a game changer for me. I remember in 2022, me and my children, we lost our apartment. I had to move in with family. And I literally felt like I didn't know what else to do with my life. I felt like I had tried to do everything the society way. You know, relationships failed. I didn't find a good father for my kids. I ended up a single mother. Never got a college degree, even though I did go to college and never finished to get a college degree. Life went into shambles because of a man, right? Centering a man, right? But in 2022, we lost our apartment. First time we'd ever been in a situation like that, really. And 2023 came around and I was just so lost. The ones of us that's been there, you know it's not really wanting to unalive yourself. You know it's not that, but it's just like, why the fuck am I even here anymore? What is the point of it all? And I found this woman on Facebook, deep spiritual woman, okay? Teaches sovereignty. At the end of it all, I had to unfollow her. It was just no longer in alignment. But what she did lead me to was me. She led me to my own fucking self. And that literally was a game changer for me. Now, learning that is one thing. Navigating it and putting it into action is another, right? So I feel like I'm finally there as far as really navigating it. Not successfully, not all the way, but just navigating it better to know that everything that's happening is because of me. Everything is happening because of my own decisions. And it's like you know that, but it's a difference when it's not clouded with religion. It's not clouded with following patriarchy. It's not clouded with centering men. It's not clouded with following society's standards. It's a whole different meaning of I'm the one making these decisions. I am now in full control, if that makes sense. There's no other construct. There's no family. There's no other outside influence. I'm making my own decisions for me. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm building for me. I'm building from me. What has been the point of it all? And it's so hard not to live in the past because it's like, it doesn't really feel like regret, more or less. It's just trying to get over that hump of, God damn, the shit I know now. If I would have known it then, how different my life would look, right? How different my life would look if I knew then what I knew now. It's so hard for a person like me to really let that go. And I feel like it's some undiagnosed neurodivergency going on there. Maybe a little bit of autism, undiagnosed autism. I say that because my youngest son is high functioning autistic, ADHD. So it's coming from somewhere. I definitely feel like his father might be undiagnosed. But in learning more about these spectrum disorders, I definitely know I'm on that spectrum. Where, I don't know. But I know with autistic people, they have a hard time. They have a hard time with the fluidity of how life works. Everything is boxed, black and white. Everything has structure, order, right? They have a hard time flowing because things have to be a certain way, right? So in my mind, why? Just why? I cannot make 1 + 1 = 2. So that's kind of where I am with it. I think I more have reached a point of forgiving myself for a lot of my decisions. But it's still the wanting to know why. And that definitely is an autistic trait. It's the why. We need to understand the why. Late night thoughts.